Up outside, the city of Fayetteville is taking steps to help people escape dangerous temperatures.
Multiple cooling shelters are now open. The city activates its warm weather response when both actual and feels like temperatures reach or exceed 100 degrees. At the forefront of the city's response is the Collaborative Response for Extreme Weather, or CREW, a network of community organizations and volunteers that work to prevent life-threatening health impacts during extreme heat events. Genesis Church, Potter's House, the Salvation Army of Northwest Arkansas, and Seven Hills Homeless Center are CREW partner organizations.
Now in Fayetteville, cooling centers are located at the Salvation Army Seven Hills, and Seven Hills is providing, bottles of water, cooling rags, and exterior shade. They say this year's Housing and Community Service will also be handing out cooling kits.
We decided to put together some just sort of simple kits of key, water bottles, some electrolyte mix to keep people, extra hydrated, cooling towels, sort of personal fans. My case managers are out today, passing them out to folks that we encounter downtown or in other areas.
Well, for more information about hours, times, you can visit this story on our website, 5newsonline.com.
All right. Well, the Salvation Army shelters in Bentonville, they're also going to be open if the heat index reaches above 100 degrees. The River Valley Hope Campus in Fort Smith has historically opened its doors as a cooling center as well. You can find out how to get involved or make donations to these centers by visiting our website, 5newsonline.com.
Well, the city of Winslow building a new water tank and saying that customers won't have to pay for it.
The water system serves about 700 customers and thousands of residents across southern Washington and northern Crawford counties. The new tank will eventually become a second source of holding water, along with a main water tank that was built more than 40 years ago. The mayor says the project will also help when leaks happen and give crews more time to fix problems before customers deal with water pressure.
We will lose pressure in certain places. When this tank's here, we've got another 24 to 48 hours before people see that. And at that point, we should be able to fix any kind of leak that we'd ever have.
Well, the mayor says that the tank is expected to be finished as early as October of this year.
New this morning, a federal judge has permanently knocked down several state laws that make it harder to put issues on the ballot. Judge Timothy Brooks struck down requirements for petition workers to read ballot titles out loud, deliver a state-written fraud warning, check IDs before someone signs, and publicly list paid canvassers' personal information. The judge says the rules violate the First Amendment. Now, the race is on for direct democracy advocates in Arkansas looking to collect thousands of signatures.
They're aiming to turn them into the Secretary of State's office before this Friday. Carter Thweet is in Little Rock with more.
On the side of the street, braving the heat,
we're collecting signatures from citizens that want to make sure that the Arkansas Ballot Measure Rights Amendment appears on the November ballot for Arkansas voters, as well as the Arkansas Education Rights Amendment.
It comes through Arkansas's ballot initiative process, where citizens can propose laws and potentially get them on the ballot.
The deadline for us to turn in 91,000 signatures is July 3rd.
Which means volunteers like Jenny Wiedauer have been hard at work collecting those signatures.
Pushing in the hot weather to get as many signatures and engage with other Arkansans.
The group is pushing for two amendments. The first would expand support for children, including free access to early childhood and special education. The second focuses on the ballot initiative process itself.
This amendment would essentially strengthen and protect the constitutional right that we have.
Organizers feel that right is in danger because of laws passed over the past year to make the petition process more difficult. State lawmakers say those changes improve security. Many of the laws have been struck down by federal courts as unconstitutional, but that hasn't changed anything for these organizers.
We want to make sure that the legislature stops passing those laws and so we don't have to sue every single time. And that's what the Ballot Measure Rights Amendment does, is it cements the process even more strongly in the Constitution.
There are just two more signing events planned, one in Fayetteville Thursday morning and another by the state capitol Thursday night.
Well, the Arkansas Secretary of State's office is responsible for counting and verifying signatures. In a statement, they said in part they're prepared to carefully review petitions, verify signatures, and ensure the process is carried out accurately.
Well, Well, the state of Arkansas is rolling out a new initiative reshaping how taxpayer dollars are spent and saved. The Arkansas Forward Project has identified more than $118 million in savings and cost avoidance so far, with a long-term goal of $300 million. Efforts include cutting unused state employee assignments, shifting offender payments online to reduce processing costs, and renegotiating a child welfare contract to add services without increasing taxpayer spending.
We're actually negotiating those contracts instead of just allowing them to go back into practice, making sure that whatever they say they are delivering, they are, and in many cases, we're adding additional services for no additional cost.
The Arkansas Forward dashboard also gives taxpayers the ability to track progress, and it helps make it easier when trying to tell where taxpayer dollars are being saved.
Well, making national headlines, two people who climbed the Empire State Building in New York City were taken into custody yesterday around noon. The couple unfurled a banner that read, "When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace." Now, the pair also appeared to get engaged while at the top there. It's not yet clear, though, how they managed to reach the very top of the 1,454-foot high landmark, though NYPD is investigating.
They opened the gate and they went up to the top. So somebody said, "Oh, are you allowed up the top?" And he said, the security guard said then, "No, nobody's allowed up the top."
They came out. They didn't say anything. They were not hurt. I'm guessing they knew they were going to get caught.
One of the two climbers is identified as Angela Nicolau, who posted on Instagram during the escapade with fellow climber Ivan Burkis. Her page promotes the Netflix documentary titled Skywalkers, a Love Story.